Hello everyone and welcome to the first video of 2024. After treating myself to a PlayStation 5 during the holidays, I've spent some time now testing it and comparing it with its predecessor. I've played a variety of games, both new and old, and now I'm ready to share my thoughts in this brief review. This is should you buy a PlayStation 5 in 2024. Enjoy! Released in November 2020, the PS5 is over 3 years old at this point. However, due to supply shortages, scalpers, and global challenges, its launch was slow. In some regions, it became readily available only last year, prompting many to consider it only recently. The digital edition is priced at €450 without a disc drive, while the physical edition costs €550. Additionally, a separate DualSense controller is priced at €70. There's a wide range of first-party accessories, such as the new PlayStation Portal, but we'll save that for another video. For now, I want to dive into the latest iteration of the PS5. Sony is phasing out the launch model in favor of the slim version, which stands out with its more compact size and subtle design tweaks. However, a significant shift is the merging of the digital and physical editions into one console. The disc drive is now simply an attachment that you can either buy in a bundle or separately. This modular setup requires an internet connection for the disk drive attachment to function, which greatly restricts its functionality as far as I'm concerned. Adding to the perplexity, the new vertical stand is no longer included but sold separately for €30, a departure from the previous model that included it. Keep in mind, these alterations don't translate into a price reduction. The PS5 Slim remains as expensive as its predecessor while offering the same or arguably less features. I opted to buy the launch model while it was still available. In fact, I see a lot of good deals popping up for this one. I got mine in a bundle with a second DualSense controller for €500. Setting the device up is a breeze, whether you choose to place it vertically or horizontally. It's worth noting that this console isn't designed to seamlessly blend into its surroundings. It's crafted to stand out, and it does so glamorously. The distinctive black and white color scheme may not appeal to everyone, but fear not, Sony provides an extensive array of replaceable backplates and controllers in matching colors. This allows you to personalize your system to your heart's content. The first thing that caught my attention was the remarkably responsive UI, a massive improvement coming from the PS4. The organization of games and media apps into separate menus is a welcome change, along with the ability to create folders. The accessibility remains top-notch. Some might be disappointed by the absence of custom themes on the PS5, but personally, I find the sleek, modern design language with large artworks quite satisfying as is. The internal 825GB SSD, or 1TB for the slim model, operates at lightning speed, contributing to significantly reduced loading times, a standout feature distinguishing the 9th from the 8th console generation. Bear in mind that a substantial portion of the solid-state drive is occupied by the operating system. If you require more storage, which you will eventually, you can simply buy an M.2 SSD. You just have to make sure that it is compatible with the console. I put a link in the description for more information. External SSDs also work, but only for PlayStation 4 games. PS5 games have to be stored internally to be played. The PS5 of course offers full backwards compatibility with PS4 games, using its superior hardware to often upscale the games to 4K or enhance the frame rate, sometimes even both. Games that once struggled on the PS4 now run perfectly smooth, making the PS5 a compelling investment if you have already an established PS4 library. In terms of PS5 titles, the console performs exceptionally well also, running games at native 4K or using upscaling or dynamic resolution scaling. It can reach up to 120 FPS depending on game compatibility. It supports HDR, ray tracing, and it does all of this while being almost completely silent throughout my testing. A crucial improvement over its predecessor, especially the PS4 Pro. My favorite feature, hands down, is the customizable performance settings in many games. Ideally, you can cycle through presets in the game menu, prioritizing frame rates, graphics, or resolution. This level of customization is something I've longed for, because personally, graphics aren't my top priority. If given the option to run a game at a solid 60 or higher by reducing fidelity, that's my choice every time. However, if you prioritize the best visual experience, you can adjust the settings accordingly. Another key feature that separates 8th gen from 9th gen. One beautiful piece of hardware that we have not yet talked about is the DualSense controller. This is the successor of the DualShock 4 and possibly Sony's best controller yet, with an ergonomic shape catering to both smaller and larger hands, a premium textured grip, and responsive translucent buttons reminiscent of the PSP. What truly sets the DualSense apart are its new features. Haptic feedback, which I initially thought was a rebranded Rumble, surprises with its immersive sensations, whether it's the trickling of raindrops or stepping on crunchy leaves. This experience surpasses the typical Rumble in every way, making my Xbox controller seem ancient in comparison. Equally impressive are the adaptive triggers, which are dynamically responding to in-game actions, whether it's mimicking a trigger pull or a gas pedal. These triggers provide tactile feedback, significantly improving the feeling of the feedback. The PS5 pack-in game, Astro's Playroom, brilliantly showcases these innovations, leaving me hopeful that all sorts of developers will implement these features in future releases as well. The DualSense now features a microphone, allowing you to navigate apps, record commentary during gameplay, or engage in online voice chat. Surprisingly decent quality, and can be muted with a simple button press. Now let's address the elephant in the room: games. Due to the slow launch, next-gen exclusives have been limited. Many of Sony's own titles, like Horizon Forbidden West and God of War Ragnarok, have seen cross-gen releases on both PS4 and PS5. Looking ahead, the PS4 will likely be phased out entirely, and developers will shift their focus solely on next-gen hardware, promising more games optimized for the full potential of the PS5. If I had to pinpoint a single game that truly captures the essence of PS5 gaming, it would be Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. It stands out as one of the best games on the platform so far, with polished visuals and seamless integration of the system's new features. Returnal is another noteworthy example, showcasing technical prowess but having a somewhat repetitive gameplay loop. Ideal for roguelite enthusiasts, but not for everyone. The Demon's Souls remake remains on my to-do list, but it has received positive reviews from both fans and critics. I've played the original on PS3 and I'm excited to see it reimagined for modern hardware. Currently I'm playing Dead Space, another successful remake that combines stunning visuals with quite effective implementation of the DualSense features, adding an extra layer of terror to the game. On a different note, Far Cry 6 is in my current lineup also, but being a cross-generation title, it doesn't exemplify the full potential of next-gen gaming, as it shares a similar version on PS4 and Xbox One. A pivotal shift in Sony's business strategy is the expansion onto PC hardware. Formerly exclusive titles like Uncharted 4, Horizon Zero Dawn, and even newer releases, such as Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, have received PC ports in recent months. This trend is likely to continue, diminishing the necessity of buying a PS5 solely for exclusives, like the new Spider-Man releases. This shift could be attributed to Sony's pursuit of additional revenue, considering the high cost of developing their IPs. We are talking about Hollywood levels of budgets here that make it difficult to break even if you are only on one particular system. This is very welcome news for PC gamers. In summary, the PlayStation 5 has left me thoroughly pleased. The substantial leap in performance from its predecessor and the innovative features, especially regarding the controller, have kept me engaged throughout. While true next-gen games are still somewhat lacking, the seamless backwards compatibility with the PS4 makes it a worthwhile upgrade regardless. PlayStation exclusives are gradually becoming less exclusives, so if your purchase is centered around just a game or two, waiting for a PC release might be a more strategic move for you. Although the initial asking price is steep, frequent special bundles and discounts are becoming more and more prevalent, so keep an eye out for deals. If you have the choice, opt for the fat variant. It feels sturdier, features a disk drive independent of the internet, and honestly is only marginally larger than the slim version. But yeah, that's it on my part. If you have any questions or simply want to share your opinion, please leave a comment below. Thank you all very much for watching, and of course, have a wonderful day.